outcome. It's about being fully present in your actions, giving your best effort, and then releasing the need for a particular result. It's about trusting that whatever happens, you will be okay, because your sense of worth and happiness isn't tied to any external condition. This kind of detachment is incredibly liberating. It allows you to move through life with grace and ease, unburdened by the weight of unrealistic expectations and the fear of failure. Imagine how different your life could be if you practiced this kind of detachment. What if you could pursue your dreams with passion and purpose, but without the constant worry of whether or not they will come true? What if you could set your goals and take action toward them, but without the anxiety of controlling every step of the way? What if you could love deeply, work hard, and dream big, but with a heart that is light and free, unafraid of what the future might hold? This way of living doesn't just make you feel better, it actually makes you more effective. When you're not tied down by fear and anxiety, you can think more clearly, act more decisively, and respond more creatively to challenges. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more open to the opportunities that come your way. You're no longer stuck in a narrow view of how things should be. Instead, you're able to see the bigger picture and embrace the possibilities that life presents. Letting go is also about accepting the present moment for what it is, without constantly wishing it were different. So much of our stress and unhappiness comes from resisting what is. We wish things were easier, people were kinder, circumstances were more favorable. But when we resist reality, we only create more suffering for ourselves. The Stoics taught that the key to peace and happiness is to accept life as it is, to embrace the present moment, and to find contentment in the here and now. When you let go of the need for things to be different, you free yourself to fully experience and enjoy life as it unfolds. This doesn't mean you should abandon your goals or stop striving for what you want. On the contrary, it means pursuing your dreams with even more focus and clarity. But it also means doing so from a place of inner peace rather than desperation. It means understanding that your worth and happiness aren't dependent on any particular outcome, and that true fulfillment comes from within. So, how do you begin to let go? Start by becoming aware of where you're holding on too tightly. What are the areas of your life where you feel the most tension, stress, or fear? These are often the places where you're trying to control the uncontrollable. Once you identify these areas, practice releasing your grip. Remind yourself that you are doing your best, and that's enough. Trust that the universe has a plan, even if it's not immediately clear to you. And most importantly, focus on the present moment. Breathe deeply, let go of the need to predict the future, and take things one step at a time. As you begin to practice the art of letting go, you may find that life starts to flow more naturally. You'll feel lighter, freer, and more at peace. You'll start to notice opportunities and possibilities that you may have overlooked before. And you'll discover that, more often than not, the things you truly desire have a way of finding you when you stop trying to force them. In the end, letting go is not about giving up on your dreams. It's about trusting the process and allowing life to unfold in its own time. It's about finding the balance between desire and detachment, between action and acceptance. And when you master this balance, you'll not only attract what you want, but you'll also find a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace that goes beyond anything you could have imagined. So, take a deep breath, loosen your grip, and trust that what's meant for you will come in its own perfect time. Let go, and watch as life unfolds in ways that are more beautiful and fulfilling than you ever thought possible. As we delve deeper into this journey, imagine what it would feel like to wake up every day with a sense of calm and clarity, knowing that no matter what happens, you are anchored in a place of inner peace. This isn't a far-off fantasy. It's the reality that Stoic wisdom offers us when we truly embrace the power of detachment. But what is it about letting go that brings us closer to a fulfilling life? Why does loosening our grip on the things we desire most allow us to experience a deeper, more lasting happiness? The answers lie within the timeless teachings of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided countless individuals through the storms of life with unwavering strength and serenity. Detachment, in the Stoic sense, is not about withdrawing from life or becoming indifferent to the things and people around us. Instead, it is about changing our relationship with our desires and external circumstances. We live in a world where attachment often rules our lives. Attachment to outcomes, to people, to possessions. These attachments can lead to a constant state of anxiety and dissatisfaction as we place our happiness on things outside of our control. The Stoics understood that true freedom and fulfillment come from detaching from these external sources of happiness and finding peace within ourselves. One of the most profound lessons of Stoic wisdom is the recognition of impermanence. Everything in life is transient. Our successes, our relationships, even our very existence. By acknowledging this impermanence, we can begin to let go of the fear that comes with loss and change. Instead of clinging to the things we value, we can learn to appreciate them fully in the present moment, knowing that they are not ours to keep forever. This acceptance of impermanence allows us to experience life more deeply, without the burden of attachment weighing us down. Consider the way we often approach our goals. We set our sights on a particular outcome, believing that our happiness depends on achieving it. But this attachment to a specific result can create immense pressure and stress. We become consumed by the fear of failure, constantly worrying about whether we will reach our desired destination. The Stoics teach us to detach from the outcome and focus instead on the process. When we let go of the need for a particular result, we can engage more fully in the journey itself, finding joy in the actions we take rather than in the end result. This shift in perspective not only reduces our stress, but also opens us up to new possibilities and experiences that we might have overlooked when fixated on a single goal. Detachment also plays a crucial role in how we handle adversity. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and when we are attached to a specific idea of how things should be, we are more likely to suffer when reality doesn't meet our expectations. The Stoics believed that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. By detaching from the need to control external circumstances, we can approach challenges with a calm and resilient mindset. This doesn't mean we don't care about what happens. It means we accept whatever comes our way with grace, knowing that our inner peace is not dependent on external events. In relationships, detachment can transform the way we connect with others. We often place expectations on the people we care about, hoping they will fulfill our needs and desires. But these expectations can lead to disappointment and resentment when others don't live up to them. Stoic wisdom encourages us to love without attachment, allowing others to be who they are without trying to control or change them. This kind of love is not possessive or conditional. It is rooted in acceptance and understanding. When we detach from our need to control others, we create space for more authentic and fulfilling relationships. Detachment also extends to our material possessions. In a world that often equates success with wealth and status, it's easy to become attached to the things we own. We might believe that having more money, a bigger house, or the latest gadgets will bring us happiness. But the Stoics teach us that true fulfillment doesn't come from accumulating things. It comes from living in alignment with our values and principles. When we detach from the pursuit of material wealth, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of wanting more and more. This doesn't mean we shouldn't enjoy the things we have, but rather that we should not let our happiness depend on them. By cultivating a mindset of detachment, we can find contentment with what we have, regardless of our external circumstances. Another aspect of detachment is letting go of the need for external validation. We often seek approval from others, hoping that their praise will boost our self-esteem and make us feel worthy. But this need for validation can lead to a never-ending quest for acceptance, where our sense of self-worth is constantly at the mercy of other people's opinions. The Stoics teach us to find our worth from within, by living according to our own values and principles. When we detach from the need for external validation, we can be true to ourselves without worrying about what others think. This inner confidence allows us to navigate the world with greater ease and authenticity, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment. Detachment also teaches us the value of living in the present moment. So often, we get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, losing sight of the here and now. The Stoics believed that the present moment is the only thing we truly have control over, and that by focusing our attention on the present, we can live more fully and intentionally. Detachment from past and future concerns allows us to experience life as it unfolds, with all its beauty and complexity. It helps us to appreciate the small, everyday moments that might otherwise pass us by unnoticed. One of the most powerful aspects of detachment is its ability to reduce fear and anxiety. When we are attached to specific outcomes or the opinions of others, we live in constant fear of things not going our way. This fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking risks or pursuing our dreams. But when we detach from the need for a particular outcome, we free ourselves from this fear. We become more open to taking chances, knowing that our happiness is not dependent on any one thing. This sense of freedom allows us to live more boldly and authentically, without the weight of fear holding us back. Detachment also brings a sense of inner peace that is unmatched by any external achievement. When we let go of our attachments, we create space for tranquility and contentment to take root in our lives. This doesn't mean that we become passive or indifferent. Rather, it means that we cultivate a deep sense of acceptance and trust in the flow of life. We learn to navigate life's ups and downs with a calm and centered mind, knowing that our peace comes from within and is not dependent on what happens around us. In practicing detachment, we also develop greater resilience. Life is full of unexpected challenges and changes, and when we are attached to a specific way of being, we are more likely to struggle when things don't go as planned. But when we approach life with a mindset of detachment, we become more adaptable and resilient. We learn to go with the flow, to adjust our sails when the winds change direction, and to find new paths when the old ones are blocked. This resilience not only helps us to overcome difficulties, but also allows us to thrive in the face of adversity. Detachment also enhances our sense of gratitude. When we are not attached to having things a certain way, we are more able to appreciate what we have. We become more aware of the blessings in our lives, both big and small, and we develop a deeper sense of thankfulness for the present moment. This gratitude brings a sense of richness and abundance to our lives, even if our external circumstances are not perfect. It reminds us that true wealth is not measured by what we possess, but by how much we appreciate what we have. Finally, detachment leads us to a place of true fulfillment because it aligns us with our higher purpose. When we let go of our attachments, we create space to connect with our deeper values and aspirations. We begin to live not for external rewards, but for the intrinsic satisfaction that comes from living in alignment with our true selves. This kind of fulfillment is not fleeting or dependent on external circumstances. It is lasting and deeply rooted in who we are. It brings a sense of peace and contentment that goes beyond the ups and downs of life, allowing us to live with purpose and meaning. As we continue on this journey of exploring Stoic wisdom, it's important to remember that detachment is not about withdrawing from life or giving up on our dreams. It's about finding a new way to engage with the world, one that is free from the burdens of attachment and filled with the peace and fulfillment that comes from within. When we embrace the power of detachment, we open ourselves up to a life that is richer, more meaningful, and more deeply satisfying than we ever imagined. As we move forward, having explored the power of detachment in leading us to true fulfillment, we now turn our attention to something equally profound: desire. Desire is a driving force in our lives, motivating us to pursue goals, seek connections, and strive for more. Yet, desire can also be a source of inner turmoil, pulling us away from the peace we seek. What if there was a way to understand desire that could liberate us from its hold and guide us toward a life of true inner freedom? The Stoics believed that such freedom is possible, and it begins with a deep, transformative understanding of desire itself. Desire, at its core, is a natural part of being human. It propels us forward, urging us to grow, to achieve, and to connect with others. But when desire becomes unchecked, when it takes over our thoughts and emotions, it can lead to suffering. The Stoics recognized that not all desires are created equal. They made a clear distinction between desires that align with our true nature and those that are rooted in external, superficial wants. Understanding this distinction is key to mastering our desires and finding the inner freedom that leads to lasting peace. To the Stoics, desires that are in harmony with our inner virtues, such as the desire to live with integrity, to act with kindness, and to seek wisdom, are the ones that truly nourish our souls. These are desires that reflect our highest selves and contribute to our growth as individuals. When we pursue these virtuous desires, we align ourselves with a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. This alignment brings a sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on external circumstances, but is rooted in our inner values. By focusing on these higher desires, we cultivate a life that is rich in purpose and anchored in peace. In contrast, the desires that lead us astray are often those that are based on external validation, material possessions, or fleeting pleasures. These desires can create a never-ending cycle of wanting, where satisfaction is always just out of reach. The more we chase after these superficial desires, the more we find ourselves caught in a web of frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. The Stoics teach us that by recognizing the futility of these external desires, we can begin to let them go. This doesn't mean that we should not enjoy life's pleasures, but rather that we should not allow them to control us. When we understand that true happiness doesn't come from accumulating more, but from cultivating contentment with what we have, we free ourselves from the tyranny of endless wanting. A critical aspect of understanding desire through a Stoic lens is the concept of choosing what to desire wisely. The Stoics believed that our desires should be in line with what is within our control. This means desiring things that we can directly influence, such as our actions, thoughts, and attitudes, rather than external outcomes that are beyond our control. When we focus our desires on what we can control, we empower ourselves to live with greater peace and purpose. We stop wasting energy on things that are beyond our reach, and instead channel our efforts into areas where we can make a real difference. This shift in focus not only brings a sense of inner freedom, but also enhances our ability to live a meaningful life. Another important element of Stoic thought on desire is the idea of moderation. The Stoics believed that desires should be balanced, and that excessive desire, even for good things, can lead to imbalance and distress. They taught that by practicing moderation, we can enjoy life's pleasures without becoming enslaved by them. This principle of moderation helps us to maintain a sense of equilibrium, where we can appreciate what we have without constantly yearning for more. It allows us to experience the joys of life fully while still keeping our inner peace intact. Understanding desire through a Stoic lens also involves a deep awareness of the impermanence of all things. Desires often arise from a belief that obtaining something will bring lasting happiness. But the Stoics remind us that everything in life is transient: relationships, possessions, even our own experiences. When we understand that nothing lasts forever, we can begin to detach from the illusion that anything external can provide permanent fulfillment. This awareness of impermanence helps us to shift our desires away from external acquisitions and toward inner qualities that are enduring. By focusing on developing virtues like wisdom, courage, and compassion, we cultivate desires that lead to a more stable and lasting sense of fulfillment. The Stoic approach to desire also emphasizes the importance of self-discipline. Desire, when left unchecked, can lead us down paths that are detrimental to our well-being. The Stoics taught that self-discipline is the key to mastering our desires and living in accordance with our highest values. This discipline is not about suppressing desires, but about guiding them in a direction that serves our long-term well-being. By practicing self-discipline, we strengthen our ability to choose wisely, to say no to what doesn't serve us, and to focus on what truly matters. This mastery over desire is what leads to true inner freedom, where we are no longer driven by our impulses, but by our conscious choices. Another layer of Stoic wisdom on desire is the understanding that desire often stems from a sense of lack, a feeling that we are incomplete or that something is missing in our lives. The Stoics believed that this sense of lack is an illusion, and that true contentment comes from recognizing our inherent wholeness. When we understand that we are already complete, just as we are, we can begin to let go of the endless pursuit of external things to fill an imagined void. This realization brings a profound sense of peace, as we come to see that we don't need anything outside of ourselves to be whole. This understanding allows us to approach life with a sense of fullness and gratitude, rather than from a place of scarcity and need. Understanding desire through a Stoic lens also involves a shift in perspective, from a focus on getting to a focus on being. The Stoics believed that who we are is more important than what we have or what we achieve. They taught that by focusing on being the best version of ourselves, kind, wise, courageous, and just, we naturally attract the right opportunities, relationships, and experiences into our lives. This shift from doing to being is a powerful way to realign our desires with our true nature. It helps us to let go of the need to constantly strive and to find contentment in simply being who we are. This perspective on desire also encourages us to find joy in the journey rather than in the destination. The Stoics understood that life is a process, and that fulfillment comes not from reaching a particular goal, but from how we engage with the process of life itself. When we shift our focus from the end result to the journey, we begin to find joy in the small, everyday moments. We appreciate the effort we put in, the lessons we learn, and the growth we experience along the way. This approach transforms our relationship with desire, turning it into a source of motivation and inspiration rather than a source of stress and dissatisfaction. The Stoic understanding of desire also includes the idea that desire should be aligned with nature, both our own nature and the nature of the world around us. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger whole, and that living in harmony with this larger whole brings peace and fulfillment. When our desires are aligned with the natural order of things, we find that life flows more smoothly and that we are more in tune with the world around us. This alignment with nature helps us to cultivate desires that are sustainable and that contribute to the well-being of ourselves and others. In this way, understanding desire through a Stoic lens becomes a path to inner freedom. It frees us from the constant striving and dissatisfaction that comes from chasing after things that don't truly fulfill us. It helps us to reconnect with our true selves and to live in a way that is aligned with our deepest values. This inner freedom is not about escaping from the world, but about engaging with it from a place of peace, wisdom, and purpose. It is about finding joy in the present moment, contentment in who we are, and fulfillment in the simple act of living. As we continue to explore the teachings of Stoicism, it becomes clear that understanding and mastering desire is a crucial part of the journey toward true inner freedom. By aligning our desires with our values, practicing moderation, cultivating self-discipline, and embracing our inherent wholeness, we can free ourselves from the chains of endless wanting and find a deeper, more lasting happiness. This is the path that the Stoics invite us to walk, a path that leads not only to a life well lived, but to a life filled with peace, purpose, and true fulfillment. Having explored the deep connection between desire and inner freedom through the lens of Stoicism, you might be wondering how these ancient teachings can be applied to the modern world, especially when it comes to the increasingly popular concept of manifestation. Manifestation is often portrayed as a mystical or magical process where simply visualizing your desires can make them a reality. But what if we could approach this practice with the wisdom of the Stoics? What if we could combine the principles of Stoic philosophy with modern manifestation techniques to create a powerful, grounded way to bring our goals and dreams to life? This blend of ancient wisdom and contemporary practice holds the potential to transform how we manifest our deepest desires. At its core, manifestation is about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with what you want to achieve. The Stoics, however, would remind us that true power lies not in wishing for things to happen, but in cultivating the right mindset and taking purposeful action. Instead of merely focusing on the outcome, Stoicism encourages us to focus on the process, on the effort we put in, and the attitude we maintain along the way. This approach shifts the emphasis from controlling the external world to mastering our internal world, which in turn has a profound effect on what we manifest in our lives. One of the first ways to apply Stoic philosophy to manifestation is by grounding your intentions in virtue. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life, one that is aligned with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is the foundation of true happiness and success. When you set out to manifest something in your life, it's important to ask yourself whether your desires are aligned with these virtues. Are you seeking something that will contribute to your growth, the well-being of others, or the greater good? By aligning your desires with virtue, you ensure that what you are manifesting is not only beneficial for you, but also for those around you. This creates a sense of purpose and meaning that goes beyond personal gain, leading to a more fulfilling manifestation process. Another key aspect of applying Stoic philosophy to manifestation is the principle of focusing on what is within your control. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events or outcomes, we can control our thoughts, actions, and responses. In the context of manifestation, this means taking responsibility for the steps you can take to bring your desires to life, while letting go of the need to control every aspect of the process. This approach not only reduces stress and anxiety, but also empowers you to take consistent, purposeful action. Instead of being paralyzed by the fear of failure or the uncertainty of outcomes, you can focus on doing your best in each moment, knowing that the results will take care of themselves. The concept of visualization, which is often emphasized in manifestation practices, can also be enriched by Stoic wisdom. While visualization is a powerful tool for focusing your mind on your goals, the Stoics would advise you to visualize not only success, but also the potential challenges and obstacles you might face along the way. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, involves mentally preparing yourself for the difficulties that might arise. By doing this, you are not setting yourself up for failure, but rather strengthening your resilience and adaptability. When challenges do arise, you will be better equipped to handle them with a calm and composed mind rather than being caught off guard. This balanced approach to visualization ensures that you remain grounded in reality while still aiming high. Another important element of Stoic manifestation is the practice of detachment from the outcome. In modern manifestation techniques, it's easy to become overly attached to the specific results you want to achieve. However, the Stoics remind us that attachment to outcomes can lead to disappointment and frustration, especially when things don't go as planned. By practicing detachment, you can pursue your goals with passion and dedication while remaining open to different possibilities. This doesn't mean you stop caring about your goals. It means you trust that whatever happens is for your highest good, even if it's not exactly what you envisioned. This detachment allows you to remain flexible and adaptable, which in turn increases your chances of success. Incorporating Stoic principles into modern manifestation also involves cultivating gratitude for the present moment. Often, in the pursuit of our goals, we become so focused on what we want to achieve that we forget to appreciate what we already have. The Stoics emphasized the importance of gratitude as a way to cultivate contentment and peace. By regularly reflecting on the blessings in your life, you create a positive mindset that attracts more of what you want. Gratitude shifts your focus from a state of lack to a state of abundance, which is a powerful foundation for manifestation. When you approach your desires from a place of gratitude, you are more likely to attract positive outcomes as you are operating from a higher frequency of appreciation and fulfillment. Stoic philosophy also teaches us the value of patience and perseverance in the manifestation process. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification, the Stoics remind us that true success and fulfillment take time. They encourage us to cultivate patience as we work toward our goals, understanding that the journey itself is an essential part of the process. This patience is not passive, but is combined with perseverance, the steady, consistent effort that is required to bring our desires to fruition. By embracing this approach, you can avoid the frustration that comes with expecting immediate results and instead focus on making steady progress. This mindset not only enhances your ability to manifest, but also helps you to enjoy the journey, finding fulfillment in the process itself. Another way to integrate Stoic philosophy into manifestation is by practicing self-discipline. The Stoics believed that self-discipline is key to living a virtuous and successful life. In the context of manifestation, this means staying committed to your goals and taking consistent action, even when it's challenging or uncomfortable. Self-discipline helps you to stay focused on what truly matters, avoiding distractions and temptations that might lead you astray. By developing this inner strength, you increase your ability to manifest your desires, as you are more likely to take the necessary steps to achieve them. Self-discipline also enhances your resilience, enabling you to overcome obstacles and setbacks with determination and grace. A crucial aspect of applying Stoic philosophy to manifestation is the practice of mindfulness. The Stoics were strong advocates of living in the present moment, fully aware and engaged with life as it unfolds. Mindfulness allows you to stay connected to your intentions and desires without becoming lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. By staying present, you can make better decisions, respond more effectively to challenges, and maintain a clear focus on your goals. Mindfulness also helps you to align your thoughts and actions with your values, ensuring that what you manifest is in harmony with your true self. This practice of mindfulness creates a solid foundation for manifestation, where your intentions are clear, your actions are purposeful, and your mind is at peace. Another important element of Stoic manifestation is the cultivation of inner peace. The Stoics believed that true peace comes from within, regardless of external circumstances. This inner peace is essential for manifestation, as it allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. When you cultivate inner peace, you are less likely to be swayed by negative emotions or external pressures, and more likely to stay focused on your goals. This peace also enhances your ability to attract positive outcomes, as it creates a sense of stability and balance that is conducive to manifestation. By prioritizing inner peace, you create a strong foundation for bringing your desires to life. Stoic philosophy also encourages us to cultivate a sense of purpose in our manifestation practices. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is essential for a fulfilling life. When you align your manifestation practices with a higher purpose, you are more likely to attract outcomes that are meaningful and fulfilling. This sense of purpose gives your actions greater significance and helps you to stay motivated, even when the path is difficult. By connecting your desires to a larger purpose, you ensure that what you manifest is not only beneficial for yourself, but also for others and for the world around you. This alignment with purpose enhances the power of manifestation, as it brings your desires into harmony with the greater good. Finally, applying Stoic philosophy to manifestation involves cultivating a mindset of acceptance. The Stoics taught that acceptance is key to living a peaceful and fulfilled life. In the context of manifestation, this means accepting whatever comes your way, whether it's the outcome you desired or something unexpected. This acceptance is not about giving up, but about trusting that everything happens for a reason and that even challenges can lead to growth and new opportunities. By cultivating acceptance, you free yourself from the frustration and disappointment that can come from unmet expectations. Instead, you embrace life as it unfolds, confident that whatever happens is part of your journey toward fulfillment. In bringing together Stoic philosophy and modern-day manifestation techniques, you create a powerful approach to achieving your goals and dreams. This approach is grounded in virtue, focused on what you can control, and enriched by mindfulness, self-discipline, and inner peace. It encourages you to pursue your desires with purpose, patience, and perseverance, while remaining detached from specific outcomes and grateful for the present moment. By integrating these principles into your manifestation practices, you not only increase your chances of success, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace. This is the true power of Stoic manifestation, bringing your desires to life in a way that is aligned with your highest values and connected to a greater purpose. As we continue this exploration of Stoic philosophy, blending ancient wisdom with modern practices, a profound question emerges. How do we reconcile the pursuit of our goals with the acceptance of fate? It's a delicate balance, one that the Stoics mastered through their understanding of what it means to live in harmony with the world around us. How can we remain driven and focused on our ambitions while also embracing whatever life throws our way? This is the heart of the Stoic approach to accepting fate while pursuing goals, a path that, when followed, leads to a life of peace, purpose, and resilience. At first glance, the idea of accepting fate might seem like a surrender, as if we're meant to sit back and let life happen to us. But the Stoics saw it differently. To them, accepting fate wasn't about giving up. It was about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life. They believed that while we have control over our actions, thoughts, and choices, there are countless factors beyond our control that shape the outcomes of our efforts. The Stoic approach teaches us to embrace this duality, to give our best in the pursuit of our goals, but to do so with an understanding that the final outcome is not entirely in our hands. This approach begins with a deep understanding of what the Stoics called amor fati, the love of fate. It's about cultivating an attitude of acceptance toward everything that happens in life, whether it's favorable or not. Imagine for a moment that life is like a river, constantly flowing and sometimes unpredictable. You can row your boat in the direction you choose, but you cannot control the currents, the rocks beneath the surface, or the sudden storms. The Stoics would advise us to focus on rowing our boat with skill and purpose, but to also accept the river for what it is. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means understanding that while we can guide our path, we must also be prepared to adapt to the forces beyond our control. When we pursue our goals with this mindset, we free ourselves from the stress and anxiety that often come with trying to control every aspect of our journey. Instead of being consumed by the fear of failure or the frustration of unmet expectations, we can approach our goals with a sense of calm and determination. This doesn't diminish our drive or our ambition, it enhances it. By accepting that some things are beyond our control, we can focus our energy more effectively on what we can influence. This shift in focus allows us to take more decisive and purposeful action, knowing that we've done our part and that the rest is up to fate. Another key aspect of the Stoic approach is the idea of resilience. When we accept that life will inevitably present us with challenges and setbacks, we become better equipped to handle them. The Stoics taught that every difficulty we encounter is an opportunity for growth, a chance to develop our character, our strength, and our wisdom. By embracing this perspective, we can transform obstacles into stepping stones. Instead of viewing challenges as threats to our success, we can see them as integral parts of our journey. This resilience is not just about bouncing back from setbacks. It's about moving forward with even greater clarity and resolve, having learned and grown from the experience. This approach to fate also encourages us to live in the present moment. The Stoics believed that while we should have goals and plans for the future, our primary focus should be on the here and now. When we become too fixated on the future, on the outcomes we hope to achieve, we risk losing sight of the present, where our true power lies. By grounding ourselves in the present, we can take more effective action and make better decisions. We can also find joy and fulfillment in the process of working toward our goals, rather than pinning all our hopes on the end result. This present-mindedness is a key component of the Stoic approach to accepting fate, as it allows us to engage fully with life as it unfolds, rather than getting caught up in what might or might not happen. In addition to cultivating resilience and living in the present, the Stoic approach to accepting fate also involves a deep sense of humility. The Stoics understood that no matter how much knowledge, skill, or power we possess, we are still small parts of a vast and complex universe. This humility doesn't diminish our worth or our efforts. Rather, it places our lives within the broader context of the world around us. When we recognize our place in the larger scheme of things, we can approach our goals with a sense of perspective. We understand that while our goals are important, they are not the be-all and end-all of our existence. This humility allows us to accept whatever outcomes arise, knowing that our true value lies not in what we achieve, but in how we live our lives and how we treat others. The Stoic approach also emphasizes the importance of flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and even the best-laid plans can go awry. The Stoics taught that the key to navigating life's uncertainties is to remain flexible in our approach to our goals. This doesn't mean abandoning our goals at the first sign of difficulty, but rather being willing to adapt our strategies and expectations as circumstances change. By remaining open to different possibilities and being willing to adjust our course, we can better navigate the twists and turns of life. This flexibility not only increases our chances of success, but also helps us to maintain our peace of mind when things don't go as planned. Another essential element of the Stoic approach is the practice of detachment from specific outcomes. While it's natural to desire success and to work toward achieving our goals, the Stoics remind us that our happiness should not be dependent on any particular outcome. By detaching from the need for a specific result, we free ourselves from the fear and anxiety that often accompany the pursuit of our goals. This detachment doesn't mean we don't care about our goals. It means that we are not enslaved by them. We can pursue our goals with passion and commitment, while also being at peace with whatever outcomes arise. This detachment allows us to remain grounded and centered no matter what happens. The Stoic approach to accepting fate also involves a deep trust in the process of life. The Stoics believed that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't always understand it. This trust in the natural order of things helps us to accept whatever comes our way, knowing that it is part of our journey. When we trust the process, we can let go of the need to control every detail and instead focus on doing our best in each moment. This trust also allows us to find meaning in both our successes and our failures, recognizing that each experience contributes to our growth and development. In embracing the Stoic approach to accepting fate while pursuing goals, we also cultivate a sense of gratitude. The Stoics taught that gratitude is a powerful antidote to dissatisfaction and disappointment. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we can find contentment and peace in the present moment. This gratitude extends not only to the positive aspects of our lives, but also to the challenges and difficulties we face. By viewing these challenges as opportunities for growth, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the journey itself, rather than becoming fixated on the destination. Finally, the Stoic approach encourages us to live with integrity. While we may not have control over the outcomes of our efforts, we do have control over how we conduct ourselves along the way. The Stoics believed that living with integrity, acting in accordance with our values and principles, is the true measure of success. When we pursue our goals with integrity, we can be at peace with whatever outcomes arise, knowing that we have done our best and remain true to ourselves. This integrity not only enhances our sense of fulfillment, but also strengthens our resilience in the face of adversity. In applying the Stoic approach to accepting fate while pursuing goals, we create a powerful and balanced way of living. This approach allows us to pursue our dreams with determination and purpose, while also embracing the uncertainties of life with grace and humility. It helps us to remain focused on what we can control, while letting go of the need to control what we cannot. By cultivating resilience, flexibility, and detachment, we can navigate life's challenges with a calm and centered mind. And by living with integrity and gratitude, we can find true fulfillment in both our successes and our setbacks. This is the essence of the Stoic approach, a path that leads not only to achieving our goals, but to living a life of peace, purpose, and true contentment. As we journey further into the wisdom of Stoicism, having explored how to balance the pursuit of our goals with the acceptance of fate, we now face a truth that underlies much of human struggle: the illusion of control. It's a comforting illusion, one that convinces us that with enough effort, planning, and determination, we can mold the world to our will. But what happens when life throws us curveballs that no amount of preparation could have anticipated? How do we respond when our carefully laid plans unravel and we're left feeling powerless? The Stoics offer profound insights and strategies for overcoming this illusion, showing us how to let go and find peace in the midst of life's uncertainties. Control is something we all crave. It gives us a sense of security, a belief that we can steer our lives in the direction we desire. Yet, the Stoics understood that much of what we try to control is actually beyond our grasp. They taught that true freedom comes not from controlling the external world, but from mastering our inner world, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. This shift in focus is liberating, as it frees us from the anxiety and frustration that come with trying to control what cannot be controlled. One of the first steps in overcoming the illusion of control is to clearly distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics were meticulous in their practice of this distinction. They believed that our thoughts, choices, and actions are within our control, while everything else, such as the actions of others, the outcomes of events, and the forces of nature, is not. By focusing our energy on what we can control, we reclaim our power and let go of the futile struggle to control the uncontrollable. This practice brings a deep sense of peace, as it allows us to direct our efforts where they can truly make a difference, while accepting that the rest is out of our hands. This understanding of control is closely linked to the concept of acceptance. The Stoics taught that accepting what is beyond our control is not a sign of weakness or resignation, but of wisdom. It's about recognizing the natural order of things and aligning ourselves with it, rather than resisting it. This acceptance doesn't mean we stop striving for our goals or improving our lives. It means we do so with the awareness that not everything will go according to plan. When we embrace this mindset, we free ourselves from the disappointment and frustration that often accompany unmet expectations. We become more resilient, adaptable, and at peace with whatever life brings our way. Another key strategy the Stoics used to overcome the illusion of control is the practice of mindfulness. By staying present and fully engaged in the current moment, we can better manage our thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness helps us to recognize when we are trying to control things beyond our reach and gently brings us back to what we can influence, our actions and reactions. This awareness allows us to respond to situations with greater clarity and calmness, rather than being swept away by anxiety or frustration. Mindfulness also helps us to appreciate the present moment, to find joy and fulfillment in the here and now, rather than constantly striving for some future state of control or perfection. Letting go of the illusion of control also involves cultivating humility. The Stoics understood that we are just small parts of a vast and complex universe, and that our ability to control external events is limited. This humility doesn't diminish our value or our efforts. Rather, it places our lives in perspective. When we acknowledge that there are forces beyond our control, we can approach life with greater humility and grace. This humility allows us to let go of the need to control everything and to trust in the natural flow of life. It helps us to accept that not everything will go our way, and that's okay. This acceptance is a powerful antidote to the stress and anxiety that often accompany the illusion of control. Another important Stoic strategy for letting go of control is the practice of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference or apathy. Rather, it means cultivating a healthy distance between ourselves and the things we cannot control. By detaching from the need to control outcomes, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to make everything turn out a certain way. This detachment allows us to engage more fully in life without being weighed down by the fear of failure or disappointment. It also helps us to remain open to different possibilities and to adapt more easily when things don't go as planned. This flexibility is a key component of resilience. enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of focusing on our own virtues and values as a way to overcome the illusion of control. When we shift our focus from external outcomes to internal character, we regain a sense of agency and power. The Stoics taught that by living in accordance with our values, such as integrity, courage, and compassion, we can find fulfillment and peace, regardless of external circumstances. This focus on virtue helps us to let go of the need to control external events and instead concentrate on becoming the best version of ourselves. This shift in focus not only enhances our inner peace, but also strengthens our ability to cope with whatever life throws our way. A related strategy is the practice of gratitude. The Stoics believed that gratitude is a powerful tool for overcoming the illusion of control. By focusing on what we are thankful for, we can shift our attention away from what we lack or what we cannot control. Gratitude helps us to appreciate the present moment and to find contentment in what we already have. This mindset reduces the need to control everything, as we realize that we already have many of the things we truly need. Gratitude also enhances our resilience, as it helps us to maintain a positive outlook even in the face of challenges or setbacks. Another way the Stoics suggested letting go of control is by embracing the concept of amor fati, or the love of fate. This involves accepting everything that happens, whether good or bad, as part of our life's journey. By loving fate, we align ourselves with the natural order of things and let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives. This acceptance brings a profound sense of peace, as we learn to trust that whatever happens is ultimately for our growth and development. It also helps us to cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness toward life, as we become more willing to embrace the unknown and the unexpected. The Stoics also practiced the art of self-reflection as a way to overcome the illusion of control. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we can gain greater insight into when and why we feel the need to control things. This self-awareness helps us to recognize patterns of behavior that are rooted in fear or insecurity, and to address them with compassion and wisdom. Self-reflection also allows us to clarify our values and priorities, helping us to focus on what truly matters and to let go of the rest. This practice of self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth and for cultivating a more peaceful and balanced life. Finally, the Stoics taught that overcoming the illusion of control involves embracing the concept of memento mori, remembering our mortality. This may sound morbid, but for the Stoics, it was a reminder of the impermanence of life and the importance of living fully in the present moment. By acknowledging that our time on earth is limited, we can let go of the need to control everything and instead focus on living with purpose, meaning, and gratitude. This awareness of our mortality helps us to prioritize what truly matters and to let go of the small, insignificant things that we often try to control. It also encourages us to approach life with a sense of urgency and passion, knowing that each moment is precious and irreplaceable. In embracing these Stoic strategies for letting go of control, we can find a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment in our lives. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of the rest, we free ourselves from the stress and anxiety that come with trying to control the uncontrollable. This shift in focus allows us to live more fully in the present moment, to cultivate resilience and adaptability, and to approach life with humility, gratitude, and wisdom. Ultimately, overcoming the illusion of control leads to a life of greater freedom, peace, and true contentment. A life where we can pursue our goals with passion and purpose, while also embracing the uncertainties and challenges that make life so rich and meaningful. As we move forward from understanding how to let go of the illusion of control, a natural question arises. If we can't control everything around us, how do we attract what we truly want in life? The answer, according to Stoic philosophy, lies in virtue. Virtue, for the Stoics, isn't just a lofty ideal, it's the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. But how does living a virtuous life actually help us attract the things we desire? What role does virtue play in shaping our reality and guiding us toward our goals? These are questions that delve deep into the heart of Stoic wisdom, revealing that what we truly attract in life is not just a matter of external success, but of aligning ourselves with our highest values and principles. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, is about living in accordance with nature, both our own nature and the nature of the world around us. It involves cultivating qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, which guide us to make choices that are not only good for ourselves, but also for others. When we live virtuously, we create a kind of inner harmony that naturally attracts positive outcomes. This isn't about magical thinking or simply wishing for good things to happen. It's about the real and tangible effects of living with integrity. When we align our actions with virtue, we build trust, respect, and positive relationships, all of which contribute to attracting what we desire in life. Wisdom is the cornerstone of Stoic virtue, and it plays a crucial role in how we attract what we want. Wisdom, as the Stoics understood it, is the ability to see things clearly, to understand what is truly valuable, and to make decisions that are in line with our highest good. When we act with wisdom, we are more likely to make choices that lead to positive outcomes. We avoid the pitfalls of impulsive or reckless behavior, and instead, we make thoughtful decisions that are based on a clear understanding of the consequences. This clarity of mind not only helps us achieve our goals, but also attracts opportunities and people who resonate with our values and vision. Courage is another essential virtue that influences what we attract. Courage, for the Stoics, is not just about facing physical danger, but about standing firm in our principles, even when it's difficult or unpopular. When we live with courage, we attract respect and admiration from others. People are drawn to those who have the strength to live by their convictions, and this often leads to opportunities and relationships that align with our values. Courage also empowers us to take risks and pursue our goals with determination, knowing that even if we fail, we will have acted with integrity. This fearless pursuit of our true desires naturally attracts the circumstances and resources we need to succeed. Justice, another key Stoic virtue, is about fairness, integrity, and treating others with respect. When we live justly, we build strong, positive relationships that are based on trust and mutual respect. These relationships are often the foundation for achieving our goals, as they provide support, collaboration, and opportunities for growth. By treating others fairly and with kindness, we create a network of positive connections that help us attract what we want in life. Moreover, justice extends beyond our immediate circle to include a broader sense of social responsibility. When we contribute to the well-being of others and the world around us, we often find that the world gives back to us in unexpected and rewarding ways. Temperance, the virtue of moderation and self-control, also plays a significant role in what we attract. Temperance helps us avoid excesses and maintain balance in our lives. When we practice temperance, we are less likely to be swayed by fleeting desires or to make choices that lead to negative consequences. Instead, we stay focused on what truly matters, making steady progress toward our goals. This balance and discipline attract stability and success, as we are better able to navigate challenges and remain committed to our path. Temperance also helps us to avoid the traps of materialism and superficial success, leading us to attract deeper, more meaningful experiences and relationships. Living a virtuous life also has a profound impact on our inner state, which in turn influences what we attract externally. When we cultivate virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we develop a sense of inner peace and contentment. This inner state is crucial because it shapes our mindset and our interactions with the world. When we are at peace with ourselves and aligned with our values, we project a positive and confident energy that attracts opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with our intentions. This isn't about forcing outcomes or manipulating situations, but about naturally drawing to us the things that align with our inner state of harmony and integrity. Moreover, virtue guides us in setting our goals and desires in a way that is aligned with our true nature and the greater good. The Stoics believed that our desires should not be rooted in selfishness or greed, but in a genuine wish to grow and contribute to the well-being of others. When our goals are aligned with virtue, they tend to be more sustainable and fulfilling. We attract not only success, but also a sense of purpose and meaning in what we do. This alignment between our desires and our values ensures that what we attract is not just beneficial for ourselves, but also for those around us and for the world as a whole. Virtue also plays a role in how we handle the challenges and setbacks that inevitably arise in the pursuit of our goals. The Stoics taught that adversity is a natural part of life, and that how we respond to it is what truly matters. When we face challenges with virtue, with patience, resilience, and a commitment to our principles, we are more likely to overcome them and to attract positive outcomes even in difficult circumstances. This doesn't mean that we won't experience hardship, but that we will be better equipped to navigate it and to find opportunities for growth and success within it. By remaining virtuous in the face of adversity, we attract not only the solutions we need, but also the strength and wisdom to persevere. Another aspect of virtue in attracting what we want is the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or well-being. For the Stoics, eudaimonia was the ultimate goal of life, achieved through living virtuously. When we live in a way that is aligned with our true nature and virtues, we experience a deep sense of fulfillment and happiness. This state of flourishing naturally attracts positive experiences and outcomes as we are living in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Eudaimonia is not about external success or material wealth, but about a profound sense of inner well-being that comes from living a life of virtue. This inner state radiates outward, drawing to us the things and people that contribute to our continued growth and happiness. Virtue also influences the kind of relationships we attract. When we live virtuously, we are more likely to attract relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and shared values. These relationships are often more fulfilling and supportive, as they are built on a foundation of integrity and honesty. By surrounding ourselves with people who share our commitment to virtue, we create a positive environment that fosters growth, collaboration, and success. These relationships not only help us to achieve our goals, but also contribute to our overall sense of well-being and happiness. Furthermore, virtue helps us to remain focused and disciplined in the pursuit of our goals. The Stoics believed that living virtuously requires self-discipline and a commitment to continuous self-improvement. When we cultivate these qualities, we are better able to stay on track and to make consistent progress toward our goals. This focus and discipline attract success, as they enable us to overcome distractions and setbacks and to keep moving forward. Virtue also helps us to prioritize our goals and to make decisions that are in line with our values, ensuring that what we attract is truly aligned with our highest aspirations. Finally, the Stoic perspective on virtue reminds us that what we attract is not just about achieving our personal desires, but about contributing to the greater good. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger community and that our actions should benefit not only ourselves, but also others. When we live with this broader sense of purpose, we attract opportunities to make a positive impact in the world. This sense of purpose not only brings fulfillment, but also attracts resources, support, and collaboration that help us to achieve our goals. By living virtuously and with a sense of social responsibility, we create a ripple effect that attracts positive outcomes, not only for ourselves, but for those around us and for the world as a whole. In embracing the role of virtue in attracting what we want, we align ourselves with the highest principles of Stoic philosophy. Virtue guides us in setting our goals, making decisions, and responding to challenges in a way that is aligned with our true nature and the greater good. It helps us to attract not only success, but also a deep sense of fulfillment, purpose, and well-being. By living virtuously, we create a life that is rich in meaning and aligned with our highest aspirations, a life where we attract the things that truly matter and where we find joy and contentment in the pursuit of our goals. This is the true power of virtue in the Stoic perspective, a power that transforms not only what we attract, but also who we are and how we live. As we delve further into the wisdom of Stoicism, having explored the power of virtue in attracting what we desire, we now arrive at a central tension that many of us face: the balance between ambition and serenity. In a world that constantly urges us to strive for more, to achieve, to push beyond our limits, how do we reconcile this drive with the need for inner peace? How can we pursue our goals with passion and determination without losing the calm and serenity that Stoicism teaches us to cultivate? This delicate balance is at the heart of living a fulfilled and meaningful life, where ambition fuels our growth and serenity anchors our soul. Ambition is often seen as a double-edged sword. On one side, it drives us to achieve great things, to push our boundaries, and to realize our potential. On the other, it can lead to stress, burnout, and a constant sense of dissatisfaction if not tempered by wisdom. The Stoics understood this tension well. They did not advocate for the abandonment of ambition. Instead, they taught how to channel it in a way that aligns with our values and brings harmony rather than discord to our lives. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the concept of focusing on what is within our control. This principle is crucial when it comes to balancing ambition with serenity. While it's natural to have goals and aspirations, the Stoics remind us that the outcome of our efforts is often beyond our control. We can work hard, plan meticulously, and give our best, but ultimately, we cannot guarantee success. By focusing on our actions and letting go of attachment to specific outcomes, we can pursue our ambitions with passion while maintaining a sense of serenity. This shift in focus allows us to engage fully in our pursuits without being consumed by the fear of failure or the need for validation. It frees us to find joy in the process rather than being solely fixated on the results. Another way Stoicism helps us balance ambition with serenity is through the practice of detachment. Detachment, as the Stoics taught, is not about giving up on our desires, but about holding them lightly. It's about pursuing our goals with commitment, but without becoming so attached that our happiness depends on achieving them. This detachment allows us to remain calm and centered, even when things don't go as planned. It also helps us to be more adaptable and open to new opportunities, as we are not rigidly fixated on a single path or outcome. By practicing detachment, we can be ambitious without sacrificing our inner peace, knowing that our worth is not defined by our achievements, but by how we live our lives. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of moderation, which is essential in balancing ambition with serenity. The Stoics believed in the concept of the golden mean, where virtue lies in moderation, not in excess. This principle applies to ambition as well. While it's important to have goals and to strive for excellence, it's equally important not to let ambition consume us. When ambition becomes excessive, it can lead to a relentless pursuit of success that leaves little room for rest, reflection, or enjoyment of life's simple pleasures. By practicing moderation, we can pursue our goals with vigor while also making time for relaxation, self-care, and the things that bring us joy. This balance ensures that our ambition enhances our lives rather than detracting from our overall well-being. Mindfulness is another Stoic practice that plays a crucial role in balancing ambition with serenity. By cultivating mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions in the present moment. This awareness helps us to recognize when our ambition is driving us too hard or leading us away from our core values. Mindfulness allows us to pause, reflect, and realign our actions with our true intentions. It helps us to stay grounded and centered, even as we pursue our goals. This practice of mindfulness not only enhances our ability to achieve our ambitions, but also ensures that we do so in a way that is in harmony with our inner peace. The Stoic principle of acceptance is also vital in achieving this balance. The Stoics taught that while we should strive for our goals, we must also accept that not everything will go our way. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. By embracing acceptance, we can approach our ambitions with a sense of serenity, knowing that we are doing our best, but that the outcome is not entirely in our hands. This acceptance allows us to bounce back from failures and disappointments with grace, without losing our sense of purpose or peace. It helps us to remain resilient in the face of challenges, maintaining our ambition without letting it undermine our serenity. Stoicism also encourages us to cultivate gratitude as a way to balance ambition with serenity. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack or what we have yet to achieve to what we already have. It helps us to appreciate the present moment and the progress we've made, rather than constantly striving for more. This doesn't mean we stop pursuing our goals, but it does mean that we learn to find contentment and peace along the way. Gratitude helps us to recognize the abundance in our lives, even as we work toward our aspirations. This mindset of abundance, rather than scarcity, allows us to pursue our ambitions with a sense of fulfillment rather than desperation. Furthermore, the Stoics emphasize the importance of living in accordance with nature, which includes understanding our own nature. Each of us has unique strengths, passions, and limitations. Stoicism teaches us to recognize and honor these aspects of ourselves as we pursue our ambitions. By aligning our goals with our true nature, we are more likely to find a sense of flow and ease in our efforts. This alignment ensures that our ambitions are not in conflict with our inner peace, but are instead an expression of our true selves. When we live and work in harmony with our nature, we naturally balance ambition with serenity, as we are not forcing ourselves into roles or pursuits that do not resonate with who we are. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is another powerful tool for balancing ambition with serenity. By regularly reflecting on our actions, decisions, and progress, we gain insight into whether our ambition is serving us or driving us to stress and imbalance. Self-reflection helps us to stay on course, to adjust our goals as needed, and to ensure that our pursuit of success does not come at the expense of our well-being. This practice also allows us to celebrate our achievements, however small, and to recognize the value of our efforts, even if they don't lead to the outcomes we initially hoped for. Through self-reflection, we maintain a healthy perspective on our ambitions, ensuring that they contribute to our overall sense of peace and fulfillment. Stoicism also teaches us the value of patience, which is essential in balancing ambition with serenity. In a fast-paced world that often demands instant results, patience can be a rare and valuable virtue. The Stoics understood that true success and fulfillment take time, and that rushing the process can lead to mistakes, burnout, and disappointment. By cultivating patience, we learn to trust the process, to take consistent, steady steps toward our goals, and to allow things to unfold in their own time. This patience not only enhances our chances of success, but also helps us to maintain our serenity as we navigate the challenges and uncertainties of the journey. It reminds us that good things often come to those who wait, and that true achievement is built on a foundation of persistence and perseverance. Finally, the Stoic emphasis on purpose is crucial in balancing ambition with serenity. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is essential for a meaningful life. When our ambitions are aligned with a higher purpose, they become more than just personal goals. They become a way to contribute to something greater than ourselves. This sense of purpose brings a deep sense of fulfillment and peace, as we know that our efforts are making a positive impact in the world. Purpose helps us to navigate the challenges of life with a sense of direction and clarity, and it ensures that our ambitions are in harmony with our values and our desire for serenity. By living with purpose, we can pursue our goals with passion while also finding contentment and peace in the knowledge that we are contributing to the greater good. In embracing these Stoic teachings, we find a powerful way to balance ambition with serenity. We learn to pursue our goals with determination and passion, while also cultivating the inner peace and contentment that are essential for a fulfilled life. By focusing on what is within our control, practicing detachment and moderation, cultivating mindfulness and acceptance, and living in alignment with our true nature and purpose, we create a life where ambition and serenity coexist in harmony. This balance not only enhances our ability to achieve our goals, but also ensures that we do so in a way that brings lasting fulfillment and peace. This is the true essence of Stoic wisdom, a path that allows us to strive for greatness while also finding serenity in the present moment, a path that leads to a life of both achievement and deep, abiding contentment. As we have journeyed through the Stoic wisdom of balancing ambition with serenity, another profound concept comes to light: desire. At the heart of much of our striving is desire, the force that compels us to set goals, chase dreams, and envision a better future. But what if our desires could be refined, honed, and aligned with a deeper wisdom, enhancing our ability to manifest what we truly want in life? Enter Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, whose teachings offer a powerful perspective on desire that can significantly enhance your practice of the law of attraction. How can Epictetus's insights guide you to not only attract what you desire, but to ensure those desires lead to lasting fulfillment? Desire is a powerful motivator, but it is also a double-edged sword. When aligned with wisdom and virtue, it can propel us toward meaningful achievements and a fulfilling life. However, when driven by impulse, fear, or external pressures, desire can lead us astray, leaving us unfulfilled and constantly chasing after things that never truly satisfy. Epictetus, with his deep understanding of human nature, teaches us how to navigate this complex terrain of desire. He doesn't advocate for the suppression of desire, but rather for the cultivation of wise and virtuous desires, those that align with our true nature and lead to genuine happiness. One of the central teachings of Epictetus is the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. This is particularly relevant when it comes to desire. Often, we desire things that are beyond our control: success, approval, wealth, and even the behavior of others. When our desires are fixated on these external factors, we set ourselves up for frustration, disappointment, and suffering. Epictetus teaches us to focus our desires on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By doing so, we reclaim our power and align our desires with our ability to influence our reality. This shift not only enhances our practice of the law of attraction, but also ensures that our desires are grounded in a solid foundation of personal agency and responsibility. In the context of the law of attraction, this Stoic principle can be transformative. The law of attraction suggests that we attract what we focus on, but Epictetus reminds us that what we focus on should be within our control. Instead of fixating on outcomes that depend on external circumstances, we can focus on cultivating the internal qualities and mindsets that naturally attract positive outcomes. For example, rather than simply desiring wealth, we can focus on developing the habits of discipline, hard work, and generosity that lead to financial success. By aligning our desires with what we can control, we empower ourselves to attract what we truly want while maintaining our inner peace and autonomy. Another key teaching of Epictetus is the importance of understanding the nature of our desires. He encourages us to examine whether our desires are truly aligned with our values and what is genuinely good for us. Often, we are drawn to desires that seem appealing on the surface, but ultimately do not lead to lasting happiness. Epictetus teaches us to look beyond the superficial allure of certain desires and to seek those that are in harmony with our higher purpose. This practice of discernment helps us to refine our desires, ensuring that what we attract into our lives is not only what we want in the moment, but what will contribute to our long-term well-being and fulfillment. Incorporating this teaching into your law of attraction practice involves a shift in how you set your intentions. Instead of focusing on desires that are driven by societal expectations or fleeting pleasures, you can begin to align your intentions with your deeper values and purpose. This might mean desiring not just success, but success that allows you to contribute to the well-being of others. It might mean desiring not just relationships, but relationships that are based on mutual respect, love, and growth. By refining your desires in this way, you align your practice of the law of attraction with your highest self, ensuring that what you attract truly enhances your life. Epictetus also emphasizes the importance of detachment in relation to desire. He teaches that while it's natural to have desires, we should not be so attached to them that our happiness depends on their fulfillment. This detachment allows us to pursue our desires with passion and commitment, but without the fear and anxiety that often accompany attachment. In the context of the law of attraction, detachment plays a crucial role. When we are too attached to a specific outcome, we may inadvertently create resistance that blocks the flow of positive energy. By practicing detachment, we open ourselves up to the possibility that what we attract may come in different forms or at different times than we initially expected. This openness allows for greater flexibility and receptivity, enhancing our ability to manifest our desires in ways that are aligned with the natural flow of life. Detachment also helps us to maintain our inner peace, even when our desires are not immediately fulfilled. It reminds us that our worth and happiness are not dependent on external outcomes, but are rooted in our inner state of being. This perspective is particularly powerful in the practice of the law of attraction, as it shifts the focus from a desperate need to achieve specific goals to a calm and confident trust in the process. By releasing the need to control every aspect of how our desires manifest, we allow the universe to work in its own time and way, often bringing us results that exceed our expectations. Another aspect of Epictetus's teachings that can enhance your law of attraction practice is the concept of prosophe, or mindful attention. Epictetus teaches that we should be constantly mindful of our thoughts, desires, and actions, ensuring that they are aligned with our values and true purpose. This practice of mindfulness helps us to stay focused on what truly matters and to avoid being swayed by distractions or external pressures. In the context of the law of attraction, mindfulness plays a crucial role in maintaining the clarity and focus needed to manifest our desires. By staying present and aware, we can ensure that our thoughts and intentions are consistently aligned with the positive outcomes we wish to attract. Mindfulness also helps us to recognize and release any negative or limiting beliefs that may be hindering our ability to manifest our desires. Often, we are not fully aware of the subconscious beliefs that influence our thoughts and actions. These beliefs can create blocks that prevent us from attracting what we truly want. By practicing mindfulness, we can bring these beliefs to the surface, examine them, and replace them with more empowering and positive thoughts. This process not only enhances our ability to manifest our desires, but also contributes to our overall sense of well-being and empowerment. Epictetus also teaches the importance of accepting the present moment, regardless of whether it aligns with our desires. He emphasizes that true peace comes from accepting life as it is, rather than constantly yearning for it to be different. This acceptance does not mean giving up on our desires, but rather embracing the present moment as it is, while still holding our intentions for the future. In the practice of the law of attraction, this acceptance is key to maintaining a positive and receptive state of mind. When we accept the present moment, we free ourselves from the stress and frustration of wanting things to be different. This acceptance creates a sense of inner peace and contentment, which naturally attracts more positive experiences into our lives. Acceptance also helps us to navigate the inevitable challenges and setbacks that arise in the pursuit of our desires. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to become discouraged or to feel that our efforts have been in vain. Epictetus teaches us to see these challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as obstacles to our happiness. By adopting this mindset, we can maintain our commitment to our desires, while also being open to the lessons and growth that come from the journey. This resilience not only enhances our ability to manifest our desires, but also ensures that we grow and evolve along the way. Furthermore, Epictetus emphasizes the importance of living in alignment with our true nature. He teaches that our desires should reflect who we truly are, rather than who we think we should be based on external influences. This authenticity is crucial in the practice of the law of attraction, as it ensures that what we are attracting is in harmony with our true self. When our desires are aligned with our authentic self, we are more likely to attract outcomes that bring genuine fulfillment and happiness. This alignment also helps us to avoid the pitfalls of pursuing desires that may look good on the surface, but ultimately do not resonate with who we truly are. Finally, Epictetus teaches us the value of perseverance in the pursuit of our desires. He reminds us that while we may encounter difficulties and delays, we should remain committed to our goals with patience and persistence. In the context of the law of attraction, this perseverance is essential. Manifesting our desires often requires time, effort, and a willingness to stay the course, even when the results are not immediately visible. By cultivating perseverance, we maintain our focus and commitment, ensuring that we continue to take the necessary actions to bring our desires to fruition. This perseverance, combined with the wisdom of Epictetus's teachings, enhances our ability to manifest our desires in a way that is both effective and fulfilling. In integrating the teachings of Epictetus into your practice of the law of attraction, you create a powerful and balanced approach to manifesting your desires. His emphasis on focusing on what is within our control, refining our desires to align with our true nature, practicing detachment, and maintaining mindfulness and acceptance all contribute to a more effective and fulfilling manifestation process. By following these Stoic principles, you not only enhance your ability to attract what you want, but also ensure that what you attract truly enhances your life. This is the true power of Stoicism in the practice of the law of attraction, a path that leads to a life of both inner peace and external success, where your desires are in harmony with your highest self and your deepest values. As we wrap up this video into the Stoic law of attraction, remember that true power lies in the paradox of letting go. By embracing Stoic wisdom, we learn that detachment leads to true fulfillment, that understanding our desires through a Stoic lens opens the path to inner freedom, and that aligning our ambitions with serenity creates a life of peace and purpose. By focusing on what's within our control and trusting the flow of life, we attract what we truly want, not through force, but through alignment with our highest selves. If these ideas have resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How will you apply these Stoic principles to attract what you desire in your own life? Share your insights in the comments below. I'm eager to continue this conversation with you. And if you found value in this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected to more empowering and transformative content that guides you on your journey to a life of fulfillment and success. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's continue this journey together.